Hi, welcome back to the channel, and this is part 1 of Stadiums of the Premier League in the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, this was more of a pain in the ass to do than I expected, to be honest. It took me ages. I think it's because I don't really know the areas, so I was flying around for ages trying to find these places. Luckily, Brighton was the first one up, as you can see here, and I found it no problem. That one was okay. It's in the middle of a hill somewhere next to the motorway, so that was easy enough. And there it is, look at it. It's pretty much a brand new stadium, so it's quite nice to see it in there. Obviously the detail isn't the greatest, but what amazes me is just that all the landmarks are there. So if you know a landmark in an area, then you can find the stadium no problem at all. So it's brilliant. So find the A27 as the Brighton Stadium's on, and you just go along it, find the stadium no problem. I'd love them to be more detailed, but I don't know what it is. But obviously it's a flight simulator, so it's never going to be amazingly detailed, but still, it doesn't look too bad, I don't think. It looks pretty good. Okay, so what was next? I decided to go along the coast, so the next one was Southampton, which I know one of my friends will like because he's a big Southampton fan. This one again, easy to find. It's literally right across from the airport, just down the river, and there it is. Simple. Actually, I really like the detail in this one. It looks quite nice, and as you get closer, what you'll see is it actually says Southampton FC. See it in the just there, look. Sure, the seats are all flat against the stadium, but you can't have everything, can you? But I love that. It's a really nice looking stadium. Let's just take another whiz around and have a look at it again. I did put the logos in just in case you get confused wondering what stadium it is. I'm sure you all know if you're watching this and you're interested in football. There we go, look at that, and very nice detail in that one. So yeah, lovely. Next, Tottenham. Obviously another new stadium. Finding stadiums in London was particularly tough because obviously it's huge, so I don't know London at all. So I was having to do a bit of guesswork here, but I managed to find this one okay. It's kind of like flat on the ground almost. It's just wait till you see it. It's hard to explain, but it almost like it's not a building. It's almost like it's painted on the floor. So that was strange, but I guess it's just because it's so huge, and it must just look different from above, sort of thing. So from the sort of satellite image, I think it just looks like a big flat building, so it's taking a bit longer to get to it than I expected, but we'll be there in a minute. Here it is. You can see it sort of in the distance now. It's obviously it's so big, so it's kind of hard to miss once you're up there and you knew kind of where you were going. And check that. This is probably one of the biggest ones. It's absolutely huge, but see what I mean? It almost looks like it's just painted onto the floor. But let's have another whiz round if we can and see what it looks like again. Come on! The amount of times I crashed doing this was unbelievable, I tell you. I think I almost landed on this stadium. Here we go, let's have a look. Look at that. Very, very nice. Okay, and who's next after Arsenal? No, who's next after Spurs? Arsenal, of course. They're bitter rivals. And this stadium, again, was really easy to find because it's huge. It almost looks like a big tall block of flats when you're going towards it, as you can see. It's like a big round, really high story. And I was thinking to myself, is this the stadium? Because it didn't really look like a stadium, but the closer you get, you can see it's just like a huge, impressive arena. Look at that. Again, this is one I think I maybe did crash into. But I don't mind crashing into Arsenal Stadium. Don't like them anyway. They're rubbish. Let's see if we can whiz round again. Doing this, actually, you saw the old stadium, which was quite interesting to see. I just kind of whizzed round, and there you go, there's the old one. Oh, at least I think that's what it is. It does look like an old stadium, doesn't it? So it's got some garden in the middle of it now. And there's The big new impressive one. Huge. Absolutely massive. Okay, Chelsea, that was easy enough to find. I was actually looking for Fulham and I just kind of passed this one by, thankfully. So I just thought I'd have a wee whiz and record this one and show you. It's right by the river, so it's quite easy to find. There we go. Another one that was quite easy to find actually was West Ham. I've been taken off from the London City Airport to find all of these stadiums, and West Ham was just kind of to the right of that and up a bit. Again, it's another one that looks like it's been painted onto the floor. You can see it here just coming up slightly on the right. It's got a little Union Jack in it as well, I believe, which is quite strange. You can see me almost crashing again. Let's have a look. West Ham. Actually, the very first, there it is. The Union Jack. Oh, I hope this is West Ham Stadium. It said it was. According to the map, I can only judge because I've never been there, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Because they use the old Olympic Stadium. To be honest, I don't know really a lot about West Ham. I don't really care. One of the first stadiums I found actually was Ibrox in Scotland, because obviously, judging by my accent, that's my team, so I will be doing the Scottish Premier League team stadiums eventually if you like these videos. Anyway, back to the English Premier League teams. I've only done 10 in this video because it took so long, so I can do the other 10 in part 2, the one with the big teams in it, like Man United, Man City, Liverpool. But anyway, Fulham. This was easy to find because it's right along the river. Literally straight along the river, so thankfully that was good because some of them took ages, but as you can see, this one was easy, straight along. You can see it coming right up. That's the great thing about looking for football stadiums, you know exactly what they are as soon as you see them. I mean, what else could that be? It's not really mega impressive, is it? Nah, but I'm not sure Fulham Stadium is impressive in real life, so who knows. Again, never been there. Right, the next one. I hated this one. Despised it. I couldn't find it for about 2 hours. Crystal Palace. Why they've got the stadium in the middle of nowhere, I don't know. I flew from London City Airport straight down, and the way I found it was amazing. I basically used Google Maps and satellite images, and I followed the satellite image in Google Maps using landmarks to be able to find this. So every time I saw a landmark, I made sure my plane was in that direction, and eventually, after a few hours, it worked, and I could find it every time now. But yeah, it's quite obvious where it is. Once you see it again, it's quite obvious it's a stadium, but it did take me a long time to find this one, and it took me a long time to find the next one as well, which was Wolverhampton Wanderers. Again, I don't know much about Wolverhampton, so it was a bit of a guesswork really. I took off from Wolves Airport, and then eventually, after probably about 40 minutes, I found it. Stuck right in the middle of the town. There it is. And I think I just crashed into it at some point because I got so angry about it. Here, you might even see me here. We'll just whiz round, having a look at it, since it took me so long to find it in the first place. And then I'll probably crash into it. Come on, let's go. Round, round, round. Oh, it takes so long to turn sometimes. Yeah, and I think, as you can see, I just bashed into it. Aston Villa was the last one, I believe, of this video. And again, that was quite easy to find because it was right along the motorway, and it's just to the left of the motorway if you're going north. So again, really easy to find. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe. If you did like it, comment, and I'll do 10 more. See you later.